So what we have here is a 1959 Chevy 3100 Apache, and I put this on the top of the truck that I have. It was on there, but when I started to get down and fix it, started getting to being a little bit too much time. It's just too much rust. Just finishing one door, I done it in about 1 week, but that thing, it took me 60 hours just to do one door, and I'm like, yeah, just from all this rust from everywhere, I just said heck with it, and then I bought myself another cab, which was in way better condition. It might have some spots, but right here it's not blowing through, especially around here. And this isn't that bad. Might have a little bit there, but it's a little bit of sandblasting to get that going. Yeah, the floor or the steps are not in bad condition, but I have another set that I'm going to be putting down on it. But yeah, the sill isn't too bad, just a little bit in this area and in this area. Yeah, no, this was the worst spot. It's gone through. But other than that, maybe just a little bit here, but the entire thing wasn't too bad from what I'm going to be using. Yeah, the floor and the firewall, it's got some rust. But what I'm going to be doing is cutting the floor out, taking the gas tank out, of course, and then I'm going to be setting this cab. Well, as you can see, this is the reason why, or before I show you, the reason why it's basically all the floor and the firewall's cut is because I'm putting it on a 2004 Chevy Tahoe, and I've already it got to the point where, yeah, I did 1 week on the door, but I was like, I just went and got a whole nother set of doors, and it just got to the point where the other one was so wonky, it had even more work that it needed to be done. So this one wasn't too bad. Just has a dent here and here, but if anything, I'll have to planish that out. But I kept the firewall. I'm down to I've got the floor here that I have of the Tahoe, and what I've got to end up doing is coming in here before I can lay that other cab back down on it, is I have to cut some out right here, so that way I can get the steps to come in. It's probably going to be pretty dang close. If anything, I might have to keep it a little bit away from it, but it's going to be cutting it close, and it's going to get weird right here because the set wants to come about here, but I'll have to probably make it a little bit sideways and come up with it. But this was the section that I was starting before I could even try and start putting the cab down and welding it up. But I'm glad I didn't get to that point. It was just tacked weld, and I found a way better cab for this truck. And the body is pretty straight on it. Everything is, even the doors, bumper, grill, everything was pretty dang straight on it. Not much dents or anything. But regardless of that, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be parting everything on this truck as I can to recuperate the money that I paid to buy this Tahoe. And the thing runs and it drives. I'm gonna put the 1959 cab on the top of it, and I'm gonna cut the body right there at the floor, and then cut the pillar right there, and then cut the windshield pillar off, and then lift the rest of this entire body off. But I'm gonna keep the floor, and I'm gonna keep the firewall, so that way I can have everything, the steering wheel, the AC, everything like that intact to put into the 1959 truck. Here's the engine. It's a 5.3 with the 4L60E, but it's only 2-wheel drive. But whenever I went to go buy it, I made sure it was running and driving before I even wanted to did anything else. And the only problem with the entire thing when I bought it was it smelled inside. It was really stinky. Like a lot of water got in there, and then I bought it. I told the guy, I said, hey, I'd like to buy it. $800, and I got it for $800, and I ended up being able to go in. Then after I told them we had made a deal, I said, yeah, so what I'm gonna be doing with it is I'm gonna be tearing the entire thing up. And then I sold everything, all the parts, all the hoods, the fenders, doors, I sold everything else that was around the Tahoe. And then I went and I actually made more than my money back. I was able to make like $500 or $600 in profits, but in the end I ended up buying the other cab, so that was money being put towards the cab and the doors. But yeah, I went with the Tahoe because I wanted to be able to have a nice ride and not have to go in and put all this suspension, the new age suspension in the front and in the back. This has four rotors all the way around. Four brake rotors all the way around. It has AC. That's what the main reason why I wanted to keep the firewall. It has AC that I want to keep in the truck, so it's not as more of a better ride. But yeah, one thing to note was to not cut any of the wires, just disconnect them, because if anything you're able to reconnect them. And one time it wasn't wanting to start, but I had a ground. I even put a little Little had a little fuse in there just in case, but it was a ground, nothing big. Yeah, it's sitting on 20-inch wheels. I got those for a heck of a deal too. $200 for the set, and their dang tires were almost 75%. The treader's still there, and all I had to do was just clean them up. Yeah. So rusty, it's just looking like fumes. I have the car up in the air right now, and now I'm about to get ready to cut this little section out here. I already drawn out where I have to kind of have it where it's gonna mark up whenever I go back in there to place back in. But I didn't get to shoot this side, but I was able to make some channel brackets here to kind of have more strength on it. And these are the bolt holes right to the back of the door hinge, right there. And they mount up like so. They go right there, and they have a bolt hole that I have to stick right all the way through. That way it has more rigidity. And then also I'll be probably have it once I have it all tacked up, then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go and probably make some trusses of some kind from this to here to here, something like that. But the inside's framed up right now, so not too worried about it. It actually held pretty good. It wouldn't even tweak over. I was trying to make it go down a little bit on one side, so I know that's pretty tight. But that's that side. Right now, like I was saying, I'm trying to get this cut. I already have a piece of it cut right there, and then I'm gonna go and get the plasma cutter and notch these out with it. And then I'll finish up the piece here, possibly go in from behind here and connect it somehow from here to there on the new piece. Yeah, it's not the prettiest. I had to push it in, but it is what it is. It's gonna be hidden, but I tried making it as nice as I could. Yeah, but all these pieces are recycled. I got them from my dad. He scraps, so these are pretty thick metal here. I can get a hammer and it won't even really bend it unless I really wailed on it. But this came off a door panel, an old cheap door panel, and then I bead rolled it to give it some more strength, and it really gave it some strength. I can hit it with my hand and it won't go anywhere, but I just painted it, so I'm not gonna hit it. Yeah, I'm getting there. It took me about a day and a half just for this little section. So now I have it all tacked. I just have it tacked up for now, trying to get it as straight as I can. I bolted it here in the back so it actually sucked it in just a little bit, but I don't think that's gonna be too much to worry about right at the moment, because I'm only trying to weld this right here and even plug weld the old holes. But I will be needing it to suck it in like this, so that way I can build a bracket, little brace going from here to here to give it more strength to the old existing body here. I have it all welded up now. Now I've got to go back and clean it up. Alright, I got it all cleaned up as best as I could. It's hard to get to some of the areas, but overall it's pretty much there. As they say, a little Bondo. But yeah. Now it's time to go to the next thing. So now I drew out a template, and it's gonna match up. That goes gonna be right here, and it's gonna go all the way right there. But anyways, here it is. I have to draw a straight line from here to here. That's why that's not there, but yeah. Here I've got a bumper, just another scrap piece my dad picked up. As you can tell on this side, but I have my template. Got it all traced out. I believe this part might have to freehand because it was a little bit of an arch. Like, just leave this right here. And then I'll ride right along the edge of it. comes out pretty straight. I mean, it doesn't always come out the straightest, but I have to go in and clean it up anyways and get the edges cleaned. So it doesn't really bother me that it's not the prettiest at the moment, because it's gonna get all welded in right around in this area. Grab this part. Alright, there it is. So what I'm gonna go do is I have this contraption over here that I gotta look at the big sledgehammer, and I'm gonna go and get this angle right here out and make that go the other way. They come back out here and grind a little bit to finish it up, to make it fit. Put a little bend there, and then come up right there. Gotta weld it in. Just gotta get the wire brush on it a little bit, but it's there. I welded it on the top, and from the bottom, it just needs to be brushed off. And I need to go, well, now I gotta make the bracket from here to here to go straight up right there. So that'll be the next thing. All right, so I have another cab, and I believe I'm gonna go and see if I can find something that might work over there that I might be able to cut off the stitch right here in this little angle. Might even be able to get a piece like right here on the other side that I have a parts car of, to come here and then have that. I might be able to somehow fit it in here, then knock it into place here. I'll show you guys here. Right here, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna cut it off with the Sawzall, then go inside the shop and cut exactly what I need off. Hopefully I can get a pretty good chunk. Because what I'm gonna do is just flip it up. I'm gonna have it like this, exactly like this. Because this is for the other side, so it's gonna be opposite. But it has enough bends in this right here, this section, where it's somewhat similar to if it was flipped on the other side, if you guys get what I'm saying. But, yeah. I got the piece cut out. Now it's gotta, I cleaned it up too with the wire brush as much as I can. It's a little pitted, but yeah, they make special paint to go over ruts, so. But all I'm gonna do is kind of like come. So here it is done. I just got it all cleaned up, grind it down, try to make it as best and smooth as I could. Now I'm about to paint it. Alright, we got it. Just this little section painted up. It actually came out pretty dang good. I mean, it's got a little bit of pitting right there, but hey. At least it's original metal.